Hey guys, KinShun with another Dragon Blaze video. I wanted to do a video on my warrior build. It's one of the lesser played characters compared to the other 6. Of course, you got the rogue, paladin, priest, mage. I think that's it. Archer. I always forget I'm archer. Yeah, so warrior is the not as well played or prominently played character out of the 6. So wanted to do a skill build for him because honestly he looks the coolest. Personal opinion aside, of course. So here goes. We got 3 skills here for the warrior. Rage Rush, Shield Strike, and Solitary Battle. As you can see, I actually have 2 skill books done for the warrior here. And the reason why is because during the earlier days, before the Awakened, I had 2 different skill sets. One for Rage Rush Warrior, which is more of an offensive type of warrior, whereas the second skill set I would cater to more of a defensive side, tank, taunt, what have you, warrior. So with the update of the Awakened skills plus the busters that are introduced to the game in chapter 3, the 2 skill sets are widely different. Now you have actually one skill set that's catered to non-keyed. What I mean by non-keyed is you're not putting a Dark Soul, a Dragon Buster key onto the warrior, and then the other skill set is more catered towards having a keyed warrior, where most of your skills and stats are covered by whichever key you put on, either Ragnarok or Dragon Buster Pluto at this point. So without further ado, I'm going to go into each of the different skills and kind of give you my take on why I think you should get each skill versus not get each skill. So with the first skill set, using the keyless character, the first skill is Rage Rush. Pretty much this is a really strong skill for the warrior. Inflicts lots of good damage, 2400 all the way up to 60%. Decreases target's defense for 20 seconds, and then has a 75 chance of instant death on enemy. This is really cool, and it only works on everybody but world bosses and raid bosses, of course. And the best part about this skill is the cooldowns reset when enemy dies. So yes, you can spam it in world adventure dungeons, just killing each of them one by one. Probably the best skill to have on Tower of Validation when you're picking off the little guys before taking onto the huge boss, because those people have lots of HP, and if you can kill them in one hit, why not, right? So if I were to focus on one skill as a keyless warrior, I would pick the Rage Rush skill set. Why? Because insta-death is always nice for the enemies. The second skill is Shield Strike. Inflicts a certain amount of damage and a stun counter for about 12 seconds, up to 12 seconds. Yeah, up to 12 seconds with a cooldown of 18 seconds. So I'm not actually sure what this stun enemy's area means for 8 seconds. I've never actually got the skill to test it on, but it sounds like area of effect stun with damage that's splashed to one other enemy. So two enemies get damaged while the whole enemy area gets stunned. So I'm not sure exactly what that means, but my guess is everybody on the enemy side would get stunned, as well as decreased evasion, with one enemy getting the 3,420% damage, with 80% of that to one other enemy. Seems okay, seems like AoE stun, but I feel like the paladin has a better stun skill than that. So if you want to just kill them, why don't you just kill them? Alright, but please comment down below if you have different opinions about the skill, or let me know what exactly I'm not understanding this skill correctly. The last one is prior to the key era of Dragon Blaze. This is something I would get as a defensive warrior, and it's a solitary battle. It's pretty much your taunt skill. Taunts for a certain amount of time, and it decreases the damage received to the warrior only. Now, if you master this skill, it decreases the damage received by 48% by yourself, the warrior, and the party members gets damaged less than by 12%. Kind of like Pluto's passive as well. The best part is you can make yourself invulnerable for 8 seconds. So really good tank skill, keeps your survival rates up. But of course, this is only if you were playing tank. And if I weren't playing Rage Rush Warrior in a keyless build, my second alternative would be Solitary Battle. Just because of this invulnerability for 8 seconds is really, really useful. And then I would max all these 3 if you're keyless. There's no point in having these passives because you're not using a buster, obviously. So that's why I didn't upgrade any of these. But the passives are most important. It doesn't matter if you're keyed or keyless. You would max these first 2 just so that you can increase the attack of yourself and your party members and also defense to the maximum potential that you can. This I got just for the warrior so that he could increase his attack, strength, and damage output per hit, and also for Rage Rush if in the chance that he's not able to one-hit KO the enemy. So this is just for the warrior himself, and really at this level at 102 there's not really much you would put it in, but later on I would take this off and maybe go for either one of these 2 skills just cause for utility purposes, of course. But as of right now, this is my build as a keyless warrior. Alright, moving on to the keyed warrior. Really, pretty much you don't get any of these skills. Why? Because your Buster or your Dark Soul and then later Titan that takes over, you use those skills instead. So you're pretty much wasting skill points if you're putting it into these 3 skills as a keyed warrior. And the only thing I would invest points is in passives, because even when you are in keyed form, when you're Dark Soul, if you're a Buster and later Titan, your passive still takes into effect. So of course you would max these awakened passives that has to do with your Busters or whatever. Actually, I think it only applies to Busters at this point. So all stats are increased here. Here you receive less damage, and here you increase your maximum HP. So why not? If you're in Buster or keyed mode. May have to verify whether these work with Dark Souls and Titans later on, but at this point it shows that only with these descriptions that only Busters are valid, I guess, in terms of grabbing these new effects. And I would max all of these just because if you're equipping a Pluto or Ragnarok Dark Soul or Buster at this point, it will increase their damage at this point. So that is my keyed warrior and keyless warrior in terms of building, how to build their stats at this level cap, of course. Later on, when there's a higher level cap, maybe I would change the skills, but as of right now, that is my warrior build, and that's it. If you have any questions about the warrior build, please feel free to comment. Of course, these builds are just my opinion. There's other different ways to build a warrior, and definitely let me know what you think about my build as well. Thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, please comment down below, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.